Hey, my gorgeous friends, it's your friend Kevin here with today's Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right on with it. Listen, I hope you're well. I hope you're rested, and I hope you're in good spirits. I hope that you are, finding a bit of peace, a bit of light, a bit of love in this, what seems to be a cuckoo nana life, if you will. All right, let's start off with the angel numbers. Number 8. I call this success. The number 8 is a symbolization of abundance and success plus material wealth. It represents the infinite flow of giving and receiving. In other words, the law of reciprocity. It's a message from the angels to focus on manifesting all your dreams. Saying affirmations like, I am worthy of all my desires and grateful that they're on their way to me now. I am worthy of all my desires and grateful that they are on their way to me now. Success and achievement is also a number 8. The energy of high achieving, disciplined, goal setting people. It's an indication that we can crush the dreams, that life just goes on. Look at the symbol, the number 8 symbol, focusing on your goals, being powerful, financial, all of these things, the material. This is all working with the earth cards. The and there's no accident that we've got the Knight of Earth, which I'll explain to you in a little bit later, that I pulled last Sunday. My isms. I'm a miracle making magnet. You make miracles every time you take a breath. You make miracles every time you open your eyes and put your feet on the floor. You make miracles when you put one foot in front of the other and declare that you have the right to be on the planet. I am magnificent. If you're saying, thinking, feeling, or believing anything short of the magnificence that's in you, then you're telling yourself a lie. You are magnificent. We are magnificent. We matter. We've got our place on the planet. And even though in our material world, perhaps we're not generating the kind of money we want to generate, we're still alive. Perhaps we're not paying the bill when we're supposed to pay the bill, it's going to get paid. These are the kind of things you keep being grateful for. Archangel Jeremiah, when you call upon me, I will empower you to develop your spiritual gifts so you can more easily achieve heaven's message. My psychic gifts are strong and trustworthy. Angelic messages flow easily to me. Whether you call them angels, spirit guides, the non-physical, which I now kind of refer to all of them as, because I'm going to be honest with you, I truly, personally, hand on heart, don't know the exact difference between archangels, guardian angels, and angels. They are angels. They are from the angelic realm. I personally have a hard time thinking or believing that any one particular angel is any bigger or more powerful than the next. I do believe that they have affinities, like Michael is more in line with management of creation and seems to be, by biblical terms, the go-to archangel for everything. And many spiritualists consider Archangel Michael to be the archangel of protection, and Archangel Jophiel to be the archangel of beauty and love, Archangel Ariel, strength, courage, all of these things. But these we've been taught. We can look and see colors, we can look and see vibrations, and we can get an understanding of this is a powerful angel simply by the magnitude of power that comes from that particular energy. But that's just my belief system. I'm stepping into a realm and a circle of more simplicity. I found that complications create conflicts. Complications is like a fog. I need to bring it down to the most simplest of terms. Grateful for what I've received and grateful for what is on the way. These are the kind of things I like to put my mind and my body and my heart into. We still got the Egyptian goddess Hathor activating our light, accelerating, brilliant, standing in that light, standing in that power of the Creator, that power of God, that power we've given. Your power, my power, our power together is a lovely, beautiful balance. Calling upon the sky beings, seeing things from a higher perspective. The card basically says, now this deck comes from Kyle Gray. Thank you, sky beings, for helping me see life differently. See each day differently. See adventures completely differently. Don't go on a mundane walk, just go on a walk and see where it takes you. We live in our heads and our minds so much. And the minds in our head and our thoughts create a prison of pain sometimes, a prison of indecision sometimes. We become the prisoner of our thoughts, not the liberator of our thoughts. Liberate your thoughts, softly declaring that you love yourself a little more, little by little, bit by bit, each and every day. Clean out your thoughts. Allow all of that wonderful stuff to lift you to a higher perspective. Now on to this. Whoa, here's another card. I am open and receptive to all the good and abundance in the universe. That was hiding underneath this. And that leads me to, what does Louise Hay have to say today? I am willing to let go of old beliefs that no longer serve me. And here we have a little island in the middle of a frozen lake. They've let go of the idea that there's supposed to be something or go somewhere. Let go. Let life. Let it all in. Be part of the living, breathing world. Before I get into the Knight of Earth, or the Knight of Coins, or the Knight of Pentacles, depending on what deck you've got, and you can pick up any of the guidebooks for this Knight of Earth, Knight of Coins, Knight of Pentacles. Let's get into where the moon is. The moon is moving through the sign of Aries, and this is about love and harmony, because the moon is also meeting with Venus, planet of love, Jupiter, planet of opportunity, expansion, optimism. So spend some quality time with people you love today and do things that boost your health and happiness. Now, if you happen to be in the continental United States, we're being told that a rough, roaring ice storm is knocking the door. Yesterday I thought, well, I better check in with... I'm giggling because I catch myself telling on myself. I thought I better check in with the local weather and the this and the that. And I have to tell you, I don't go onto the major news networks because, you know, they're kowtowing to advertisers. But I do find YouTube weather people sometimes. The Weather Channel is a good resource. But my goodness, talk about catastrophe. Yes, stay inside. Dangerous to be out on the roads. We do not need to be taking our SUVs and our trucks across an ice rink today. No. Get all the supplies that you need if you're going to be inside for a little while. Yes. Batteries, food, a heat source, duvets work, feather comforters work, all of these things. And, you know, thank goodness I'm not a weather person, because if I were sort of announcing all of this, I would tell people, listen, you just need to have a cuckoo. Have a little camp out in your house. You know, read good books, watch incredible movies, do things that lift your heart space. Not, oh my goodness, 2 inches on a tree is going to bring the tree down. You know, I was listening to all of these things and I'm thinking, no wonder the world has sort of lost its mind, in a way. Is it a catastrophe? No, it's an ice storm. Snow, it's that lovely fluffy stuff that falls from the sky. Cold, it's the winter, we're supposed to do it. An Arctic pressure that comes down, yes. So my mind and my heart goes to my outside cats that I feed, What am I going to be doing? Where are they going to be going? And let me go and find some straw in some of those plastic tubs and make them little igloos that they can go in and get shelter from. That's what I'm going to be doing. Creating balance. Anyway, let's move on from that. But if you are in the continental United States, try to be safe. Really be safe. And just look out the window and watch it. If you are outside and you don't have a home, well, I can't imagine anyone listening to this is homeless, but, well, get to a shelter. On Sundays, I pull 7 cards for the week. This is the one for Saturday, which is today, the Knight of Coins. Now, knights, pages, they're somewhat, well, I'd say the pages are like the messengers. They bring the news. The knights put it into action. And the Knight of Coins reacts by getting to work. The Knight of Coins is a determined young man or woman. The determined gaze on his face, look at this, like, I am going to get to this. Shows that he welcomes anything and everything. Even the tedious, mundane, boring things that's going to excite him into creating something. In his mind, you can see by the determination on his face, any situation or problem can be solved because he's got the patience and he's got the tenacity to do it. He's got a well-worn coin in his hand and proof that he's not afraid to get his hands dirty and roll up his sleeves. This knight is not one to go to if you're looking for a leap of faith or you're looking for some inspiration. The word of imagination isn't something that's on the top of his list or the tip of his tongue. His thoughts are about the physical. His thoughts are about getting the task done. What I love about this artist, which is Ciro Marchetti, is the tree of life is on his forehead. There is so much symbolism in this card, so much, that we're not hanging out. We've got work to do. I'm forging a way forward. Now let's get the fairies involved. Fairies everywhere. Bring us a blessing to send us on our way and let it tie it all together. We're looking at psychic gifts. We're looking at success, manifestation of our dreams and our goals. We're willing to let go of our old beliefs. There's that card wanting to flop out. There we go. Old beliefs don't serve us. It's like, it's like getting stale bread out of the cupboard. Why we want to eat it. Love and light. There you go. This is fabulous. Love and light. Loving yourself, loving each other, loving the universe. It creates all of this extra success. Loving yourself, and I'm magnificent, a miracle maker. My psychic gifts are right on point. I'm learning to do what I'm doing using the Aries moon, Jupiter, Venus. You get the picture. This is about love. It's not about struggle. And there's enough struggle out there. People who are up against it with other people. Got to let that go somehow. That's the prison of the mind. Creates tension in the body. Tension in the body creates unhealthy physical or unhealthy physicality. I'm hoping I'm making sense. All right, my friends, I love you, I love you, I love you. Thanks for liking, subscribing, watching it all the way to the end. It really does help the channel. It truly does. Until tomorrow, lots of love.